remember literally going into music stores and seeing these displays that pretty much were an entire storefront of the Backstreet Boys. And then we'd have to go fishing through the bins and find our CD, one, if it was there, and buy it ourselves, you know, and we were wondering what was going on with all that. And then, you know, ultimately our first album was not a success, and we just went up into Canada and started doing Renegade promotion, and then went to Europe and started promoting there in Southeast Asia. And we met NSYNC there, and we became fast friends with those guys. And we also were like, man, if these guys come into the States, it's a wrap. I mean, these guys are amazing. They sing, they dance, and, you know, Backstreet Boys also super talented. But we hadn't considered ourselves in that genre. And so both of those guys actually exploded before us in the US, both of those groups. And, you know, we ended up getting a new label head at Motown. George Jackson came in. He was amazing to us. They pretty much gutted the entire roster. They fired Andre Harrell, who was president of Motown, who signed us. And George just kept us. And he was like, well, look, we have our own version of Backstreet and NSYNC. Maybe we should put them on television and put them on teen magazines. And so once that happened, you know, we were considered this trifecta, although we resisted it. We were like, no, they dance. And we were trying to be too cool. But as far as the groups are concerned, we always had a mutual respect for everybody. We would do stuff at the same radio shows as those guys. Ultimately, we're on some of the same, you know, big packages and bills as those guys. And we loved them. I mean, we were friends with all those guys. The media wanted to sort of pit everybody against each other, but you know, ultimately, you know, we became very, very good friends, and now we all kind of mix and match and do different projects together.